Hey everyone, it's Brian here from Massey's Main Entertainment, and it's been a couple weeks again, but we decided to get back together and continue our Guilty Pleasure series. And this week we are concentrating on our top 10 movies that are guilty pleasures. Joining me, as always, with this series, I've got Randy Nelson. How you doing, Randy?
I'm fine.
And Doc, who's joining us. And before he does any type of procedures or anything, so we got to get squeeze him in here, and make him banter a little bit about his Richard Dreyfuss movies. I don't know something, but anyway. So the format is each one of us are going to count down our top 10 movies. We're just going to take turns and just count them down, right? 10 to 1. We're not going to alternate or anything. Talk a little bit about why we like the movies, maybe give you the actors and a general synopsis just in case it's a film that you're not familiar with at all. I think I may have one of those on my list where, very few people have heard of and probably for a good reason in a lot of their minds anyway. So we'll get things started. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you would. Give us your top 10 guilty pleasure movies. I mean, maybe I can get some of those out of your list that I need to watch myself. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into my top 10. So number 10 for me, guys, I know this is not really it may not be like a, deep cut or anything like that, but the critics really didn't like this movie when it first came out. And a lot of people didn't like this movie. They thought it was weak, but I thought Man of Steel from 2013 by Zack Snyder was actually a very good Superman movie. I thought they had some great acting in it. Michael Shannon as General Zod. I didn't think I could ever like anybody but Terrence Stamp as General Zod, but I thought Michael Shannon did a great job. Russell Crowe played his dad, and Amy Adams was, Lois Lane. Kevin Costner, Diane Lane. Really a good cast. Uh, this kind of kept the same motif where General Zod's coming to the planet and he's gonna try to conquer it and terraform it to fit Krypton, and then Superman fights the bad guy type of situation. But I thought Henry Cavill kind of established himself as maybe the clear favorite of the recent Superman people that have been casted anyway. And he's certainly a fan favorite among a lot of the females anyway. Number 9, I've got The January Man from 1989,
Uh,
starring Kevin Kline, Susan Sarandon, Mary
yeah.
Elizabeth, Master Antonio, Harvey Keitel, even Alan Rickman as his next door neighbor, Ed, who's kind of this weird artist that he just gives a job working for the police for no reason. Uh, but it's, Kevin Kline is a detective that's brought on to try to catch this serial killer that is killing people. And he uses all sorts of different techniques and, investigative skills. And he's got this quirky means about him that makes him kind of unpopular with traditional police. It's a little bit of comedy, a little bit of action, that type of situation. Number 8, I've got Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 version, and one that has Keira Knightley in it, and Matthew McFadden and Rosamund Pike. I actually like the book a lot, as a matter of fact, and I've seen like probably 5 different versions of this movie. This one I think is the one that does it the most justice because it's got really heavyweight actors in it. Donald Sutherland's in it, Judi Dench is in it. It just a lot of great weight actors in there that really kind of like lend to this one being like maybe the best version of it. I'm sitting at number 7, I believe. I got Dodgeball, True Underdog Story from 2004. I don't know, something about this movie. I just keep watching it and watching it, no matter how stupid and outlandish that Ben Stiller is. For some reason, I really like this movie. Stars also Peter LaFleur. I mean, as Peter LaFleur, Vince Vaughn, Rip Torn's in it as
Rip
Patches
Torn.
Houlihan, which is a really, really great. Synopsis basically is this guy's losing his gym, Vince Vaughn, and is being taken over by Ben Stiller's gym, and they have to enter a dodgeball tournament to get the money to try to save their gym. And it's all sorts of crazy characters and antics and things of that nature. So now, number 6, I got Smoking Aces from 2006. Believe it or not, didn't get a good Rotten Tomato score at all. It was like sub 50%. And I thought it was a great movie. And it certainly had like a huge all-star cast. Jeremy Piven plays Buddy Aces, who's kind of trying to make a deal with the FBI to rat on some mobsters. And then also the mobsters are sending all these weird, quirky assassins to try to kill him at the hotel that he's at. It's got Ray Liotta in it. Ryan Reynolds is in it. Chris Pines plays one of the Trimmer brothers, which are these psychopathic chainsaw killers that are trying to kill people. It's got Common in it, and Joel Egerton. I mean, just a great all-star cast. and just a lot of fun. Number 5, I've got A River Runs Through It from 1992.
Good
I
movie.
love Robert Redford's American mythology type movies. This one is as close to the book by Norman MacLean as you could possibly get. It's almost just absolutely right true to form. Tom Skerritt, Brad Pitt's in it, Craig Schieffer, and then young not Haley Joe, Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a very young version of Brad Pitt's character from the movie, but just a really good slice of life movie, and I really liked it a lot. Number 4, Doc, I know you got my back on this one. 1988, They Live.
Oh, without a doubt.
John Carpenter. Think what you want of Roddy Piper. It's not like it's a great cast or anything, or Meg Foster, but just that line where he walks into the bank and he tells them that he's here to chew bubble gum and to kick ass, and he's all out of bubble gum. Maybe one of the classic one-liners in an action movie ever. Just absolutely incredible. It's sci-fi adventure action movie. It's just absolutely great. I love it. Sitting at number 3, I believe. I've got Winter's Tale from 2014, starring Colin Farrell. It's based on the book by Mark Halperin. It deviates a little bit from the book. I've read that book maybe about 2 years ago. Also stars Russell Crowe as a demon named Pearly Psalms. Jennifer Connelly's in it. Jessica Brown Finlay, and Will Smith makes a guest appearance. He plays Lucifer in it, and there's this wonderful scene between him and Russell Crowe, in which Russell Crowe's asking permission to leave his territory, and just a really great scene. If anybody watches the movie, just pay particular attention to that scene, because there's a lot of nuance in it that's hidden in there that it's really relevant to the film. Number 2, this is the one maybe nobody's heard of, but it was on HBO quite a bit back in the early 80s. 1982, If You Could See What I Hear, starring Mark Singer. Sherry Belafonte was in it, and R.H. Thompson. It's based on a true story about Tom Sullivan, who was a blind musician who was attending a university. But he has these wild antics, and he approaches his disability with humor, a little bit of stubbornness and independence. And it ends up being a very poignant movie toward the end, where he kind of comes to the realization about what his disability actually means for him going forward in life, when you're no longer just unshackled by the freedom of youth. So a really great movie. Didn't get, I think, like 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I don't care. I liked it a lot. My number 1, though, for a guilty pleasure is 1992's Army of Darkness by Sam Raimi. I could have picked any of the Evil Dead stuff, really. Bruce Campbell is absolutely hilarious to me for some reason. And I know it feels like a little bit of toilet humor sometimes with him, but I just think he's a wild dude. I'd love to hang out with him. But it's kind of a slapstick horror movie where he has to go back in time and fight the forces of evil, these demonic forces and everything. And it's filled with irreverent humor and one-liners, and it's just a wild ride for me. So that's my number 1, Army of Darkness.
Right on, buddy. I love it.
I'm a Bruce Campbell fan.
Oh yeah, I like him. I think he's great. So
yeah, listen, you can't have They Live and Army as like guilty pleasures, buddy. Nothing guilty about those. Those are good movies, man. What do you want?
Yeah, but a lot of people don't vibe with those type of movies. I know you and I do.
For sure.
But
and it's also in that Man of Steel, buddy. It's a fantastic score in that movie as well.
Yeah, I don't understand why the critics just absolutely lambasted the thing. So
I think that's a Hans score. So I think it's a really good. Yeah, it was really well done actually for a remake of bringing back Superman the way that Snyder did. I thought it was really cool too. So
all right, it's all yours, Doc. What you got?
I might just do like my 10 and 9 as one thing, okay? And I'm going to blame my kids for this, so I'm just going to let it ride at that. But I have a couple animated movies here to start.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to blame them. So, my number 10 is going to be Tangled from 2010.
Okay.
First movie we saw as a family all together. So there's a sentimental value to it. But I walked out of that friggin' thing thinking, man, that might be the movie of the year too. When I was hot and stuff like that. So every time it's on and stuff like that, Disney's not my thing and stuff like not the Princess Disney and stuff like that. But still like it. I'll still sit down and watch it. Mandy Moore's got a really good voice, man, and Zachary Levi's the lead as the guy in it. But I'm gonna tell you, I like Tangled, man. It's a guilty pleasure.
There you go.
I also like 2014's The Lego Movie, if you want the truth, man. I think it's pretty freaking funny. If you want the truth. For an animated kind of flick, they took a different turn with it. And
Yeah.
Will Arnett and Chris Pratt and Will Ferrell shows up and stuff like that. It's these are animated movies, man. Am I saying they're the best? Obviously not. They're kind of like a guilty pleasure. But if they're on, I'm watching them. I'm going to tell you, that's the way it's going to work with all these kind of things. Ranking
Okay.
a guilty pleasure is kind of difficult, but
I dig it.
my number 8. Oh man, 19. What year was this? I don't even know what it was. Maybe 1990. The First Power is my number.
Oh, yes. Okay.
This is Lou Diamond Phillips, and I think it's Jeff Kober. Supernatural killer coming back, and was made to deal with the bad guy. And it keeps coming at you. It's just a freaky supernatural killer flick, man. And Lou Diamond Phillips is the cop trying to hunt down the killer, and it's got some fantastic scenes in it, man. I think it's kind of like a little bit of a cult classic to it in one sense, but it's not highly rated on the Rotten Tomatoes, but who says Rotten Tomatoes is right all the time anyway, man? I'll stick with the 25% that said it is right. That's my neighborhood. Number 7. A little bit of nostalgia again, but 1978's, man, Corvette Summer.
Corvette Summer.
Mark Hamill, after he does the big Star Wars gig, comes out and does this with Annie Potts. She plays the hooker, and he's the guy that, the student that's finished off and trying to chase down a stolen Stingray that's the hottest car and stuff like that. This is a guy, fun, campy, nothing acting good about it at all. There's nothing. This is a campy flick, man. It's Corvette Summer. I said a lot of nostalgia to it. It's gonna make my list, man. It's a guilty pleasure for me. 2012's 66% on Rotten Tomatoes is pretty good, but I don't think people feel the way I do about it, and I didn't feel this way about it when I first saw it. So it's Cloud Atlas. I'll stick with it. So
that's a Neil Gaiman book that made
Tom
it to
Hanks and
movie.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wachowski brothers did this one, and it's an intricate story of 6 different timelines intersecting with the same characters or actors playing these characters, and how their stories intertwine through basically a time spectrum and how they affect each other and stuff like that. I think it was really neat, man. The second time you'll watch it is a lot better than the first for myself, and the third and fourth are even better. So I'm going to really like the movie over the years, and it's a bit of a guilty pleasure for me for sure, because I don't think it ranks that high in a lot of people's books, but that's me. Going back to one that we talked about previously on one other time. So my number 5, I'm going to go with The Village from M. Night Shyamalan, because I still like the movie and I still think it's underrated, and it's still a good movie. That's my take. It's got a great cast, man.
Yeah, it does.
Bryce Dallas Howard's in it. Joaquin Phoenix, Adrian Brody, William Hurt.
Bryce Dallas
it's almost
Howard.
like some sort of experiment that's taking place more than anything, but how it affects people and stuff like that is really the cause of it in the end. But M. Night can hit and miss. I think we all probably like the Unbreakable and Sixth Sense a lot more. Signs and other things might flow into people's neighborhood. The Village, if you haven't seen it in a while, give it another kick is what I would say, because it probably deserves another shot if you haven't seen it for a while. Number 4, I'm sticking with it. Going back to something we talked about 4 or 5 years ago, and I don't care what anybody says. I like 9 to 5. I think it's a fantastic comedy out of the era of 1980. The three lady leads of Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin. Maybe not, they're not taking it too serious anyway, man. It's not that kind of flick. But Dabney Coleman as the goofy boss and the sexist, egotistical, hypocritical bigot is freaking fantastic in that role. And I just can't get away from how good he is in it. It's over the top in every other sense that's wrong, but it's a good laugh if you ask me, man. I don't think the movie takes itself too seriously, and I don't either. I'm there for the popcorn, man. Is that number 4? So number 3. What can I tell you, man? I like Mr. Deeds with Adam Sandler.
Oh, I like that movie too.
It's stupid. It's funny. It's everything. John Turturro is freaking hilarious.
You underestimate my sneakiness, sir.
His foot is like this black hole thing. It just is like there's. I think Adam Sandler doesn't take himself too seriously in anything that he does anyway. So he's going out there and making a whole bunch of movies with his buddies and raking in the cash. He doesn't care. Sometimes it can be off guard. So he's got a pretty good soundtrack in his flicks, if you want the truth. Yeah. That or Wedding Singer or something else. They always have pretty good soundtracks. He's got pretty good taste in music, so makes it a little easier. My number two is like one of the movies that's probably rated like 100%, but I still love it. It might not be what you guys would think that I would like, but I don't care. It's Singing in the Rain. It's a guilty pleasure for me. I think it's a fantastic movie. I think Gene Kelly's awesome. I think Debbie Reynolds is awesome. It's a fantastic movie in my eyes, but to other people out there, people might say that's not your wheelhouse, Doc. It really isn't. I'm not watching a lot of musicals. I'm not watching all that kind of stuff. Donald O'Connor is friggin' Steam Sealer every time you see him dancing, man. So I have a lot of respect for what they were doing in that movie, man. And it's could have had any kind of in there. I could have had West Side, could have had some other ones in there because I think that kind of stuff at that era is really good. My number one, I can't help it. I'm a product of some sort of Canadian element here, but it's Club Paradise with Robin Williams.
I remember.
This has an 11% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't care.
It's
I think it's freaking hilarious. Peter O'Toole, Rick Moranis, Eugene Levy. It's Twiggy's in it. Hey, listen, there's nothing. Again, it's a movie that's not taking itself too seriously. You can see the undertones of SCTV popping through left, right, and center on this, and it shows. The delivery's fantastic. I think it's overall a well-written comedy. If you want the truth, man, the lines are quick and fast. What I like. That's my 10.
Wow. Yeah. The 9 to 5 is a little bit of a surprise to me. And I've never seen Corvette Summer.
No way.
I've never seen it. That's one I got to watch now. But 9 to 5, Doc. I don't know if I can help you on that one. Everything else I'm all right with.
It's gonna be the way it is.
I might not be able to
My
help you with.
pleasure. It's mine.
Dabney Coleman makes it worthwhile. I thought, yeah.
Dabney Coleman definitely makes it worthwhile, without a doubt.
Yeah. Cool. All right, Randy, what you got?
All right, my guilty pleasures. Number 10, I've got The Bourne Legacy, and I call it a guilty pleasure because it's seen as not, one of the good Bourne movies.
Right.
Not up to par with the other ones because it doesn't have Matt Damon, but I thought Jeremy Renner did a really good job as another super soldier. I thought the Arctic scenes were fantastic. Mm-hmm. And it's just got those wonderful conspiratorial elements that I like in a movie, and I thought it was up to par with the other ones. So that's just me. My number 9, 1984, I got Against All Odds. And it's a guilty pleasure in the sense that Out of the Past, which was the original from 1947, was one of my all-time favorite movies. And you would think that maybe I wouldn't like this because it's not as good, but I still enjoy it. That was based on the novel Build My Gallows High, but this one has a whole different ending. But one of the coolest things is the car chase scene between Jeff Bridges and James Woods. I thought was just great. But anyway, this got a pretty good Phil Collins theme song.
Tune in it, yeah,
classic.
But number 8, 1985, I've got Brazil, Terry Gilliam film, and where it's one of the things I loved about it is there's a future where nothing seems like works like it should, kind of like now. But but the reason it's on my guilty pleasure list, because the critics liked it, is because I went to see it with a bunch of friends and they all hated it, and I was the only one that loved it. So I still get kidded about it. So it's a guilty pleasure in the sense that my friends didn't like it, but I did. My number 7, I have from 1995. I got The Net, Sandra Bullock.
Oh, Sandra Bullock.
Really?
Cyber thriller. It's kind of the start of the internet, so a lot of the theme seems dated now. Some of the, the technology, but I thought it was just a great thriller, and where all your info can be used against you. And I think it could still happen, even in this day and age. I think, but yeah. Sandra Bullock was just great in that movie. My number 6, I've got Jumper, where it was kind of where he has teleportation ability.
Yeah. Hayden Christensen, right?
Yeah.
That's who it is.
And Rachel Bilson, I think is her name.
Mm-hmm.
That's it was a great idea that they don't quite take full advantage of. but I still enjoyed it, even though it could have been so much more than it was. Doug Liman directed it, who did the first Bourne movie. But yeah, it had a lot of great scenes. It didn't quite live up to what it could have been, but I still enjoyed it. So that's why it's on here. My number 5 is the amazing part of this list so far, and that I have The Village at number 5 exactly like
No way.
I did. Night Shyamalan. That
Well, that can't be a guilty pleasure then. Now we got 2 of you like it.
I know it's weird.
We're at the same party.
A lot of people thought it was it's a guilty pleasure in the sense that I think a lot of people thought it was a step down from the first 3 movies he did.
Right.
Yeah. I thought, it kind of went down after this movie because I thought it was pretty good.
Obviously. Good call.
My number 4, I'm not a big teen comedy movie, but I did like the movie Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt is like the prom queen, and I can't remember the guy's name in the movie. I should have written it down.
Seth Green was in it, right?
Yeah, he was in it, but he wasn't like the.
He was a secondary part,
right? Yeah.
But anyway, he fell in love with her when she first went to school. He had his chance to have a meeting with her, and he blew it. And he's been ogling over ever since for 4 years. He writes this letter that ends up coming into her hands, and after she's broken up with her boyfriend, I keep thinking, man, if I would have written a letter to Annette won't say her real name, back when I was a freshman, maybe something would have happened. But yeah, it's got a lot of funny stuff in it. Seth Green's part's pretty funny too. But yeah, and it's got a great replacement song that's kind of named after Can't Hardly Wait.
Right.
My number 3 is The Love God from 1969. This is a Don Knotts movie. It's kind of one of the more adult Don Knotts movies where his bird watching magazine kind of becomes taken over and becomes like a Playboy like magazine, and he's like the Hugh Hefner of it, even though it's not something he wanted. He kind of just gets suckered into it. Anne Francis is one of the ones that helping him get suckered into this, but I thought it was hilarious. Like I said, it's not as much for the kids as some of his other movies are, but I thought it was pretty good. My number 2, it's from 1970, The Cockeyed Cowboys of Calico County. I don't know if you've ever seen this Western.
Huh.
It's got about every character actor from that time period in it. Dan Blocker from Bonanza fame. He's the blacksmith. He has a mail order bride that's supposed to be showing up, and then she doesn't. And so, out of embarrassment, he's going to leave. So all of them get together and try to convince the saloon girls, and that Fabre, to say she just missed the train so they can keep their blacksmith. But it's just a hilarious movie. Jack Elam, as this nearly blind gunfighter, kind of almost steals the show because he's just hilarious. He keeps bumping into this wooden Indian and keeps saying, "Excuse me, ma'am," and stuff like that. Jack Elam's just great in this one. And for my number 1, it's probably my most guilty pleasure-ish, if that is a word, movie, as it's one of the few movies that got 0 stars from Roger Ebert. And that's from 1967. It's Fathom. It's a Raquel Welch movie. It's a spy spoof. It's a spy spoof with Tony Franciosa. But I say, her walk down this corridor in Malaga, Spain, in a yellow bikini ranks right up there with Ursula Andress coming out of the water and Dr. No. That's worth it. That's worth it right there.
There you go.
That's my number 1.
Let's see. Now I've got there's 3 of those movies I need to see. I never even heard of the Cockeyed Cowboys movies.
No way.
I gotta go find that now.
It's hilarious. Mickey Rooney's in it. Jack Cassidy. Just everybody you can think of.
Wow. I like Brazil too. I like Terry Gilliam movies a lot. So
Brazil's just a mess, man. A good mess.
Right. So you can't. Monty Python, 12 Monkeys. Come on, Terry, man. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude. So great. Awesome.
Very
I like
cool.
it. Well, I appreciate you guys doing this with me. It was
Of
nice to
course.
do these and kind of get a feel for what you guys are into a little bit. Gives us something to chew on. Be sure to like and comment and subscribe down below, everybody. Put your top 10 in there so we can make fun of it and tell you why you're wrong and why you should be watching the movies that we watched. We really appreciate everybody checking in. It may be a couple of weeks before we get back together again, and we'll discuss what we're going to be covering for the next video. But until then, everybody, take care out there. Bye-bye.